Hi everyone, I'm Jill McConaughey, Manager of Marketing and Customer Success here at LinkPoint 360, and I'm here today to share another customer success quick tip with everyone. When I chat with customers, I like to start by finding out what they're trying to achieve with our software first, and I often find that the majority of clients mention some level of need for email recording. But the more we talk, the more it becomes clear that not everyone is aware that you can actually record emails a number of different ways, and that we even have different editions that support this functionality differently. If you have a customized version of our software, either using one of our Salesforce solutions, or if we've added your own custom object or settings, you may not see all of the options that I'm about to share with you today. Or in some cases, the button labels may be slightly different, even though the core functionality will be the same. If you would like to add options or adjust your setup, you can reach out to our teams and we can discuss with you how to update your instance of LinkPoint Connect. So first I want to talk about the 3 different ways that you can record emails with our Desktop and Desktop Plus editions. And that's what you're seeing here on my screen. And you'll know that you have one of those 2 editions if you're working on a PC and you have our side panel installed, and so that's what we see here. Now the 3 different ways to record emails all sort of do the same thing, but they have a different approach because of thinking ahead to what your intent with the email is. So I'm going to start with the first option here, and it's actually on our side panel. And it's one that I think gets overlooked quite a bit, but it's called our quick record option. So in this case, I'm on this email from Fred, and I know he's a contact or a lead in my Salesforce because the side panel has done the search for me and it's found his record, as you can see here. When you look at the side panel, you'll see, for me it's third from the left, but it may be a little different for you, this little envelope icon, and I'm going to mouse over it to get that tooltip up, and you'll see that it says quick record the email to this record. So what quick record will do, if I click that right now, is it'll take the email that I've selected and it will put a copy of just the email on just Fred's record. So what is this good for? If there were 12 different people on the email and I didn't need to record it to anybody else, I could simply click and the email would go straight to Fred's record. If I don't need to tie it to any other Salesforce objects like accounts or opportunities, I can click this and it'll go to Fred's record. There's an attachment on this email. Using Quick Record, it will not record the attachment. We're just talking about the email content. But if you're in a hurry or you're just looking to record back one click to a record, Quick Record is just that. It's a very quick and easy option. The other 2 record options that are in our Desktop and Desktop Plus editions are on the opposite side of my screen here, and we're going to go ahead up and look at the Record to Salesforce or the Smart Record option. And again, if you have a custom version of this, you may not see both options. If you are working off of a solution such as Navitar, maybe Apto or Aptus even, you'll see maybe it'll say Record to Navitar. Essentially, the system's going to work the same way, we've just updated those labels. I'm going to work from right to left here, and I'm going to talk a bit about this Smart option. So what Smart Record will do, and it's slightly different than Quick Record, is Smart Record will, again, it'll look at the email that I have selected, and it'll look at the people who are on the email. It will silently, behind the scenes when you click it, record the email back to Salesforce to all matching contacts or leads that it finds. Again, it will not include the attachment that's listed here. It will not relate it automatically to any accounts or opportunities, but it'll relate to all of them. So my sample here is not quite the best because there's only one person on the email, but if there were 3 or 4 different Salesforce contacts on this email and I wanted to one click to record to all of those contacts, I would use that Smart Record option. The distinguishing feature between Quick Record and Smart Record: Quick Record, one contact; Smart Record, any contacts that it finds, regardless of who you're viewing on the side panel. The third option is probably the one that gets the most use, and that's our Record option. When you click that, you actually end up with our record window coming up for you. And we're going to query Salesforce, we're going to look for matching records, and give you the opportunity to choose where you want the email to record to. There's a lot of functionality here. You can see right away I have duplicates, so I can choose to remove the one that shouldn't be recorded to. I can scan through the related objects, and again, if you have a custom instance, you may see different types of related objects here, but essentially you can choose exactly what you want the email to get recorded to. The other great thing, again, is I talked about the other two options where you cannot record the attachment as part of the recording process. With the record option here in the record window, you can. So I can check this box down here and go ahead, and when I'm recording this to both Fred and to his account, it'll also pull along the attachment. Now, one thing I do want to show you with relating to the smart and the regular record is, let's say I'm on an outbound email. Note that the buttons are in the same places here, so it's just saying send and record or smart send and record versus record or smart record. It's just a naming issue, so it's just because we're also going to send the email as part of the process, but you'll notice when I click this, I get the exact same window with the exact same results, in this case because I picked the same contact to work with. So you have a lot of flexibility when it comes to recording emails with our desktop or desktop plus editions. You're going to be talking about quick recording from the side panel. You're going to be talking about smart recording to multiple contacts automatically with a single click. And then we're talking about the record window, which gives you the choice of exactly where and how you want that item recorded. Now we'll take a different step here and spend a couple minutes just talking about our other edition, and that's going to be our cloud edition. And the first thing you'll notice with our cloud edition is that I'm in the web browser now. So there's a whole lot of information we have about cloud edition, and I don't want to spend this video explaining all the differences between it and desktop, but one of them is going to be currently that it does not have a UI, so there's nothing to install, there's no record window. So you're losing those buttons and bits that you saw when you were in your Outlook. One of the benefits of Cloud Edition is that because you're not installing anything, and as you can see on my screen here, we're actually integrating directly with Exchange versus a local version of Outlook. The benefit of that is anywhere you have access to that Exchange account, our system will sync data for you. So you could be on Outlook on your PC, you could be on your Apple Mail app from your iPhone, you could be running any sort of application on your MacBook. We're going to see the activity at the server level and look past the platform that you're on. So for our cloud edition, and just speaking about the email options, I'm going to go ahead and show you what those look like. And again, one of the differentiators between cloud edition and desktop or desktop plus is that when you're a desktop or desktop plus user, you're setting your own settings. When you're a cloud user, admins have the option to go ahead and preset a lot of this for you. But we'll just take a look at the two differences here. And if you want more information about Cloud Edition or how it differs from the other offerings we have, you can certainly reach out to us. But what I've gone ahead here and done is launch the email sync settings page, and you'll see we're talking email sync instead of just calling it email recording, and that's because it is a mostly automated process. There are two ways you can record or sync emails with our Cloud Edition, and the first is just this option here to attempt to sync all emails. What this is going to do once you've configured the rest of the time frames and the folders and some of the nuanced items on the screen is we're actually just going to set this, and anytime you send an email, if there's a matching lead or contact on that email, we're going to go ahead and automatically record it for you. So there's nothing you have to do, you don't have to think about it. It's basically an auto sync for your email communication. The second option is our designate mode, as we've started to term it. And that means we're only going to sync the emails that you flag in some sort of a way so that our system knows that we need to go ahead and record that particular email. And what does that look like? Well, let me show you. Let's pull back up this screen. And let's go ahead and actually open up an outbound. So I can do a couple of things here. On an outbound email, and again, if you want more information about this, definitely let us know. I can use what we're calling our smart addresses to one-off tag. So if I'm in a designate mode and I only want this particular email to record, I can actually start typing smart record and tag it. And again, I'm doing this from my PC, but on the phone it's the same way. You would just start typing into your phone as a contact smart record once your account's configured, and these will all be available to you. Another way you can designate, of course, is you can also tie things back to accounts or or opportunities or cases, and it's the same thing. You would just type in the name of that item and populate that here in the BCC. And they work as tags, so as you send this out, Fred's not going to see that you tagged it Smart Record. He's certainly not going to see if you tagged it to ABC Company, but our system would see that and it would know to record this particular email. If you are recording items or syncing items and you happen to be in an Outlook program, you can also use categories. So in this case, I can go ahead on an inbound email here and I can actually choose a category of CRM, and you'll just have to create that once. It's very simple. And that's all I have to do for this. It can sit here, it can get filed, but my system is going to know that that CRM category is telling Cloud Edition to go ahead and sync that email. So that's a very high-level overview of how the Cloud Edition email sync does work. There's a lot of other nuanced features in here, and we'd be more than happy to show you those. But I like to mention it as an aside just for people who are working across platform or have teams where some people are on Macs, some people are on PCs. It's sort of good just to know what your options are now that we have multiple options for everyone. If you have any questions about this feature or any of our other features for our LinkPoint Connect editions, you can always email customersuccess@linkpoint360.com, and we would be happy to help you get more out of your subscription with us. I hope this video tip was helpful to you, and good luck with all of your email recording.